Okay, so now in this video, instead of multiplying with the same base, we're going to talk about dividing with the same base. Okay, so when we multiplied, we would keep the base and add the exponents. Here, we're going to keep the base and subtract the exponents. Adding kind of goes with multiplication, subtracting kind of goes with division. So, for example, if I have x to the 8th divided by x to the 5th, again, I need to make sure that I have the same base. If I were to have x to the 8th divided by y to the 5th, this property wouldn't even come into play because I don't have the same base. It does need to be the same thing. So that wouldn't even come into play. So what I'm going to do is keep the base and subtract the exponent, so 8 minus 5, which gives me x to the 3rd. So x to the 8th divided by x to the 5th is x to the 3rd. Now, why does it work? Just like with multiplication, we're going to talk about this as repeated multiplication. So x to the 8th is the same thing as taking x times itself 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Divided by x to the 5th is the same thing as multiplying x times itself 5 times. X times x. Okay? Now, when we are dividing and we have the same thing on top and bottom like this, we can cancel them out. So those x's cancel, those pair up and cancel, those pair up, pair up, pair up, and cancel. And what I'm left with is on the top, I am multiplying x times itself 3 times. So that gives you x to the 3rd. Okay? So that would be your final answer. Keep the base, subtract the exponents. Now, if that was the other way around, we're going to get to that later. If I had 4x to the 7th over 2x to the 3rd, okay? So just like with multiplication, I can kind of treat this as 2 separate problems, okay? I can just take 4 divided by 2. I know how to take 4 divided by 2. I'm not subtracting. That's not a property of exponent. That's good old-fashioned division. 4 divided by 2 is 2. This right here is where I'm going to do my property of exponents because I'm dividing by the same base. So that keep the base, subtract the exponents. My final answer is 2x to the 4th. If I had one that was okay, no, I can't take 3 divided by 9. Well, I can, but it's a decimal, and I don't want a decimal. However, I can reduce the fraction 3/9. So if you do end up with 2 numbers that are a fraction but are reducible, you do want to do that. So 3/9, if I divide top and bottom by 3, I get 1/3. Okay? And now I'm going to keep the base, subtract the exponents. I get 1/3 x to the 6th. I can rewrite that as x to the 6th over 3. Top times top, bottom times bottom. Or you can leave it like that. Those two are the same thing. So that's how you do dividing with the same base.